life-changing friendship was formed through a documentary exploring mental health and the resources provided by Compeer. And I'm joined now by two subjects of the film, Dan and George, as well as the CEO of Compeer, Sherry, with more information on where you can screen it. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. So let's start off by talking about this documentary, Travels with George, and the story that it explores.
Yeah, so I'm Dan Lukasik. This is George Tillman. We're both in the film. And the full title is Travels with George, A Journey Through Depression, Connection, and Friendship. And it tells this powerful story of my relationship with George, who I met 10 years ago when he was 9. He's 19 now. I myself have been a lawyer for over 40 years, and about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with major depression. So about 10 years ago, I found myself in the middle of a depression, and a friend suggested I volunteer at St. Luke's Mission, which is on the east side of Buffalo. And I asked the director, how can I be of service? And she said, well, you know, we have this child who's 9 who could use a mentor. And they matched me with George, and then we're off to the races. So it's a journey about the power of friendship and really the loving power of our relationship together, and how one of the worst aspects of depression or any mental illness is loneliness and stigma. So the film explores that topic and how there are many ways to find connection when you struggle with mental illness. And one way I found it was with George.
Okay. What was the experience filming this documentary like for you, George?
Well, in the beginning, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to, but really, the whole thing is about mental health and how people with mental health, even though some people don't really think of it as serious, like they are humans and they matter, and they might not feel like they matter, but it does. And like as we were making it, I started to realize that it wasn't just about me and Mr. Dan meeting, but it was about people who had mental health across everywhere and how they matter too.
How has your relationship, having Dan as a mentor, impacted your life and your mental health?
When Mr. Dan first came in my life, I wasn't in a good place. I just lost my grandfather, so like I would say I was like in a little depression. But he helped me a lot. He taught me how to channel that and how to become a man in this world. So he helped a lot.
That's beautiful. Wow. Okay. Sherry, tell us more about Compeer and your purpose in our community.
So when you think of the name Compeer, it's like the two words companion and peer coming together. And so we're addressing loneliness and isolation and supporting mental wellness by bringing people together. And we do that through several programs. Our legacy program is recruiting volunteers from the community to become friends, like Dan and George, with those who might be struggling with their mental health. Help them get really reacclimated to the community, build their network, do things they enjoy doing together. Other programs we offer are mental health education in the community, training the everyday people how to support their friends and coworkers and loved ones. And we also offer social activities, again, bringing people together in a group setting to enjoy an activity together and build friendships and human connection.
Okay. So how does the exposure from this documentary really help to support the mission behind Compeer?
I think it's a great example of a story of two people coming together and supporting each other. It's not about just supporting the mentee, but the mentor benefits from the program as much as the mentee. So I think it shows that, you know, when humans come forward, anyone in the community can come forward, be a friend. It's going to help you, it's going to help the other person. You get to take pleasure in seeing each other's successes, but also be there through difficult times for one another.
When is this documentary airing and how can people watch it?
Yeah, it's airing on PBS on these dates, Monday, February 2nd at 3:05 p.m. afternoon, Sunday, February 15th at 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon, and finally Friday, February 27th at 10:30 p.m. in the evening.
Okay. What are you hoping that people get from watching this documentary and learning more about your story and your relationship with each other?
Well, I think it's a universal story of friendship and love between two people and connection, but I think it's also a story that will impact a lot of people. The latest statistics show that about 150,000 people in our community report having or being treated for depression. That's a lot of people, right? So I think people will find healing and hope in this story.
I love it. And what about you? You were a little bit vulnerable with putting yourself in this documentary, and I know you were a little hesitant to, but now that it's done and you're going to be sharing it with the world, what do you feel?
Well, like I said, that mental health is like a really serious thing that should be taken more into consideration, especially with me living in the east side of Buffalo. I see people all over the place, especially like on Broadway. And like I really feel for those people because they don't feel like they are like loved and like I want the people to get from this film. It might have my name in it and like we might be in it, but it's really not about any of us. It's really about people who struggle from mental health and for them to feel like they are wanted and loved and needed and that they matter too. And even though they do have mental illness, that doesn't matter. They're still human.
And Sherry, where can people go for more information about Compeer?
So you can go to our website at compeerbuffalo.org, or if you're our international, because we have 40 locations internationally, you can go to compeer.org, and you can also connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your story. Viewers, if you'd like to learn more about Travels with George and when it's airing, you can visit buffalodepressionproject.com/travelswithgeorge, and you can learn more about Compeer's mission in our community by visiting compeer.org. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you, Chelsea.